Hey there, I'm back. Man, so I'm trying to get these lights and everything set up in here. One, so I can actually see what I'm doing. It's an overcast day today. But two, it's causing a problem. It's causing a lot of shadows, so excuse the shadows. So anyway, I'm ready to get this done. And I'm gonna go ahead and start filling the bucket and get to work. All right. Finally getting settled in, trying to get this, the lighting and everything the best I can get it. All right, so I got the mud and got my tape on my hip. I'm just gonna start mudding now, okay? Do I have to say it? I'm not a professional. Okay, so I'm doing this joint, all right? Get some mud here on the knife, just slide it like that. And from my little bit of experience doing this, I like to get it on there pretty good. And then I will worry about fixing the rest later. But if any part of the tape gets dry or is dry, it leaves, it'll bubble up. So I'm not too shy about this mud right now. And I get it thick. Just shy of pretty much dripping. All right, and this is why it takes me forever to do this. All right, like that. See, I think I'm a little thin here. All right. I'll just plan on taping these both one time. This is the normal slow drying mud. It's not gonna dry fast at all. Hell, it's gonna take almost a day to dry. So I'm not worried about it drying right now. That was a freebie down there. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to do all the horizontal joints first, and then I'll do the vertical joints to catch all the ends of the tape in those vertical joints. Okay, now that we got a semi-unobstructed view, I'm gonna take my tape. I want a clean edge on it, straight, like that, okay? It folds like that, so I'll lay this part, the folded part, into the joint. And I just lay it there. Sometimes I have to re-verify where my joint is, because I'm a little high there. All right. Oh boy. And this is probably where I do it real wrong, but holy moly. I don't know where my joint's at. It's right there, so a little high. Not high, but you know. All right, again, gosh. Guess this is a bad example. Okay. This is the largest job I've done with this with the sheetrock. And I used to hold the roll by hand, the roll of tape by hand. I got this little doohickey here. Man, this thing makes life a lot easier. So here, I'm gonna cut this. Again, I just did that. And then I guess I can come from here, find my gap right there, put that tape on it, and run it across. Just get in there. And I'm just slightly embedding it right now. I'm gonna verify I'm in the right spot. See, I always tend to get off a little bit. Yep. Up. Okay. So, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I think I made that clear before. Anyway, I'll come back and fix that. And then right at the end, I know my joint's not that tight. I think that's it right there. Good. Make that cut or tear, whatever you want to call it. And that's that. Now that the tape is just laying on the mud, I come through. I like to wet the tape completely. I want the tape completely full of mud. I probably over mud this thing, but then I wipe it off. It's just the way I do it, you know? So come back over it again, throw some mud on it. All right, throw some mud on it. Make sure this tape is embedded pretty good. All right. Then I'll come through and I'll scrape the mud off. So what I do, so on the lower half, if this is your tape, on the lower half of the tape, imagine a middle line here, I put the knife about halfway and I push with a twisting motion down. So I'm feathering it. So I put more weight on this side of the blade than this side. This side almost has, the top side almost has no weight. And I just go like that, and I do the opposite on the top end, like that. So that kind of feathers it on there. And that's what I'm doing now. And at the same time, that embeds the tape as well. Then I get a whole bunch on my fingers, just like that. Boom. All right, now the top half. There. So I see spots where not enough mud, so I added on there. Gosh, I didn't get it embedded in there good. So that's it. I try not to mess with it too much, because this is only the first step. That's step one. So after this dries in a day, which will be next time I come up here, then I'll come back and do it again, but I'll make this spot wider. And since this is the butt joint where two ends come together, they're kind of tapered from the factory a little bit to be somewhat concave, if you will. And it makes a smoother surface faster. So you can check it and it comes out just a little bit, all right? But when I come through and do this again with a bigger blade and make this spot wider, then it'll leave a smooth transition, so that way you don't see shadows and you won't really be able to tell that there's a seam there. So that's how that works. Easier said than done. If I could find someone locally without spending too much money, I definitely would have gone that route. But you know, this makes it all more just worth it, you know? Because I'm doing it. Takes my time, but really, who says I have to have this done at any special time, you know? I would like to say I'll be bored when I don't have to do this and it's all done. I won't be bored, and I don't want to have to do this again, but there's plenty more tasks to do around here. But you know, really, who says it has to be done right now? Just me. Just me. And there's that. I kind of give it a little look over to make sure it's not that messed up. It looks okay. So there's that horizontal. Let me go for another one. You have to excuse my catch-all table, because it does exactly what I call it. It catches all. everything that I don't know what to do with at the moment or have used or whatever. It just gets set right there. Again. And so this stuff here is what I filled the gaps. It's filled because there were huge gaps. And you have to fill it so it doesn't crack on you. So I fill it with a different kind of mud, that fast drying, less shrinking kind of mud. This is gonna be one heck of a gap to go. Got at least a 1/4 inch from each one there. But I find that as challenging. I'm gonna go ahead and mud all the way around. I know it's a little off camera, my apologies. Yeah, so I gave myself about 3 or 4 hours to do this. And, you know, considering I'm recording, it's not going that bad yet. Of course, I'm gonna have to turn the camera off here in a minute because it's gonna overheat. Because it's the GoPro 10. And they do that. But I have to say, I like the video on it better than the 5, which I was using before.
There's a lot of mud on this one. Sorry, I'm off camera again. Oh! You wrinkled my paper. Those are all sounds of not being a professional. There we go.
All right, back to the view. No. Back in view. There you go. So, to go along with what I was saying in regard to hiring somebody to do this, absolutely nothing wrong with hiring somebody to do this. I'm not saying that. I would love to, but I can't find anybody. I mean, I found someone for $5,000. And this is less than 500 square foot. Maybe that's the going price. Maybe I'm in the wrong profession. I'm not saying this is not labor intensive. And I know they have actually a couple hours of travel time and all that because they're not very close by. But, I mean, they would have had it done in an afternoon, they said. Which would have left me a lot more time to do other things. But again, who said I had to be done right away? Yeah. I had a local guy that was supposed to be bidding the job, but I never heard from him again. I don't know what happened. So I'm doing it. Anyway, but it's really neat to see the progress. And these are tools that I'm learning, trades that I'm learning to do. You know, where I used to meddle with it, maybe just do a drywall repair or replace a sheet in a room or something like that. Where now I'm doing this whole, what I'm gonna refer to as an office, apartment, whatever. Anyway, so I'm learning things. I mean, you can't beat learning, you know? You can't beat learning at all. All right, so that's the horizontals. Oh, I have the bathroom. Oh, look, I'm done. I have the bathroom to do still. Let me do some verticals. I have some short verticals to do. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get off camera, do some stuff because this thing's overheating. I'm overheating and I need the fan back on. But anyway, and you don't need to see me doing this over and over and over again. So I'm gonna work on the bathroom, I'm gonna work on horizontals, I'm gonna work on this whole place and get it done. And then we'll get back on, check in, see how it's going. All right, thanks everybody. Okay, 4 hours later, I am done for today. Actually for this trip. Dang it, I missed unscrew right there. Anyway, this is what we got. This is the bedroom. Minus that one screw that you can't see from this side, but you can see from the other side. I have to put the trim on there still, the bull nose. Also here, I need to put that bull nose. I just got to figure out how to cut the corners. There's all the everything. Here's the bathroom. That's all done. Of course, this area here, I'm putting the Durock up, or whatever cement board up, and then that'll get like a mortar on it with the other tape. So that's why I didn't do that. Here's a bull nose I put on earlier. I just need to sand off the excess. There is a dip. I started spreading this one out a little bit because I had some extra, but it's going to take more because there's still a dip in it, which is kind of expected. Here is it all. I got all my joints first tape, and so from here I'll have to sand it, just a little light sanding on it, and throw some more mud. And like I said, the next one will be wider, and it'll probably have to go wider yet after that, because areas like this, you probably can't tell here, but this comes down a bit. So that's it. So I'm not doing the fencing today. I'm gonna quit there. It's a little later than I wanted it to be right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some air in the tire on that zero-turn mower. I don't know what the heck the deal is with that, but I'll put some air in the tire, and then I will, hopefully I can. I think it came off the beads. But anyway, I'll try to get some air in that tire, and then I'll probably go cut the grass in the garden area, which there's really nothing growing there. I think I have about 2 or 3 pecan trees that are actually growing in there now, and then some tomatoes and things like that. But it's like the locusts are eating everything before it even gets a chance to flower. So locusts and caterpillars. So they're just cleaning everything up there. The corn is done. That got a lot of bugs on it. The okra, they're growing. The pumpkin died, and there's pumpkins out there, but things are eating the pumpkins. And then, what else was there? The cucumbers, those are, the plant's dead. I may actually try to plant some more in another month or so as it starts to cool down. I have also watermelon that I'm gonna try to plant then as well. I'm hoping that it'll be cool enough that they'll just grow a little bit better. Maybe by then I'll change a couple things in the garden. Like I've mentioned before, I'm changing things to be a little bit more productive, hopefully be more productive for next year. And that's it. So that's pretty much all for this trip. And again, I appreciate y'all watching, and have a great one. Until next time. Bye.